Wow, could Dean Ambrose really be gone from WWE? Seems like a possibility. What's up, folks? Fred Richani, TSC, your home for wrestling news updates, interviews, and everything in between. If you're new here, please consider subscribing. We have a very early morning Tuesday update, courtesy of PWTorch. According to PWTorch.com, Dean Ambrose is set to leave WWE after WrestleMania 35. He's been with the company since 2012 as far as the main roster goes. He might even been there since 2011. He wrestled on the Indies as John Moxley, made a name for himself, came to WWE with a lot of hype, had a kick-ass run in FCW, which is the former developmental territory prior to NXT. Then he debuted as, well, part of maybe the greatest trio in WWE history, The Shield. Had a great singles run himself as well. I mean, he held the United States title for almost a year, three-time Intercontinental Champion, Raw Tag Team Champion, of course, the WWE Champion in 2016. He also won the Money in the Bank briefcase, which allowed him to win the WWE title. Been in pay-per-view main events, been in a lot of great matches, but if you look at his WWE career, especially the last couple of years, it has certainly been up and freaking down. And if you look at what's gone on with him when he got injured last year, right? I guess 2017 is when he got injured. To now, it's crazy to think about how far he's fallen. I mean, he went from being WWE champion in 2016 to being on the WrestleMania pre-show in 2017. He reunited with the Shield, got injured, came back, and they immediately put him in a storyline which made fun of Roman Reigns' cancer, real-life cancer. And according to this report, he hates the hokey stuff. He hates doing the comedy. So all that bad Dean Ambrose comedy that a lot of us like myself get pissed off about, clearly he's not a fan of it either, which is certainly saying something. And you would think that a guy like Dean Ambrose, who is considered, or was considered by Vince McMahon, one of the dudes that grabs the brass ring, you'd think that he'd have a little more creative freedom. You'd think he'd be able to have a little more leeway. And I don't know all the parameters, all the details. It might be a case of maybe he did them a favor here and there and said, you know what, whatever, let's try this. And then it got to the point where they're like, no, we want you to be the lunatic fringe as opposed to Dean Ambrose. And he had a chance to revitalize his character since coming back. They haven't really done that. It's reached a breaking point according to this report. And from what I understand, the report also says that Vince McMahon personally talked to him. People in management personally talked to him. But it looks like he's gone after WrestleMania 35. And the question is, does he take a hiatus? Does he go to All Elite Wrestling? Is there a chance WWE could still sign him? Maybe he takes a hiatus. And you know what? After a few months, he says, you know what? I'll go back to WWE because WWE could offer him a lot of money. But this ain't about the money, according to the report. This is about the creative freedom. This is about the creative direction. And let's face it, too. Dean Ambrose hasn't been that great in the ring as far as one-on-one goes in a few years. And I think it makes sense when you're dealing with injuries and you're extremely unhappy. And whether or not this affects his wife, Renee Young, who's the Raw commentator, who's also a great interviewer, who does a lot of great on-air duties for WWE and outside of the ring. I mean, would that affect her, or would she just stay? I mean, we'll see what happens. I mean, I'm assuming this means that they're going to slowly phase him out. Maybe he won't even make a WrestleMania appearance. If I were them, I would at least try to have him, put over some more guys. I mean, you put over Seth Queen as a sheep, but that's Seth Rollins. I mean, maybe he'll put over a guy like Apollo Crews or something on the way out. Who the hell knows? But I am kind of sad to see Dean Ambrose go, but I'm also kind of happy because that means we may see him in New Japan, even though it might be a weird fit. We may see him in All Elite. We may see him in Ring of Honor. We may just see him doing his thing and chilling for a while, but I want to hear from you. What do you think is going to happen with this Dean Ambrose saga? Do you think ultimately he will re-sign with WWE, even if it's immediately not after WrestleMania 35? Do you think he goes to All Elite? Let me know. Leave a comment below. If you enjoyed this news update, please like, share, take care, stay warm because it is freezing here in New Jersey. Don't forget to subscribe and enable notifications for more news updates. And until next time, everybody, as always, enjoy the matches.